Geometry Dash was updated again. And I'm sure this is old news for some of you because the update did come out a few days ago. However, I want to talk about it. Just an FYI, when 2.2 released, I did daily multi-upload videos and it was pretty bananas. And so I burned myself out a bit. I've been on like a bit of a 1 week break, just spending time with my family. But I'm gonna be back making a lot of content now. And so because I was on a bit of a break, I didn't get a chance to talk about this. I know, it's old news, but I'm talking about it because I have a lot of things I want to say about it. So what are the changes in 2.201? So I'm not going to read these all in order, but I'm going to talk about the ones that I want to talk about first. So the lowered prices of many of the new items. This is awesome because a lot of the items were out of reach of a lot of more casual players. For example, if we go to the shop, so if you go to the diamond shop, this first item up here, I think originally was 5,000 diamonds, and that was to buy being able to use the normal song of a level in practice mode, which I think was a very necessary feature for a lot of people. But I don't know what it got reduced to, but it got reduced by a lot. And the reason why I know this is if I look at the diamonds I have up here, I have 7,341 diamonds to spend at the shop. What happens is if you had already bought that, you retroactively get all of those diamonds back. So they aren't just wasted. So if you did buy this for 5,000 diamonds, then you will get all those diamonds back that you can spend on other things. In the mechanic shop here, I have 232,000 orbs now, and the reason why I have 232,000 orbs is because the path price got reduced to 25,000 orbs. So for each of these 4 paths that I bought, I got 25,000 orbs back. So I got 100,000 orbs back for that. And by the way, the paths are cheaper now, which is really nice. So make sure you're starting your paths, guys. And in the mechanic shop as well, I bought the ability to change the song, the menu song, which was a expensive thing as well. And I bought all these items. So now I have just a bunch of orbs to spend. So I actually had too many orbs because I've bought everything in the game now, and I still have 230,000 orbs left. But now I have all these diamonds to spend too, which to be fair are icons that I don't really need. I'm just gonna buy the ones that I can. May as well, you know? I got all these diamonds lying around. I actually am not even gonna have enough to buy them all. Oh, wow. I still need more. That's pretty wild. I'm diamond poor. I can't buy any of these. I can buy that. And buy this. Oh my god, I'm still diamond poor. How many do I need to buy these all? I need 6,500 more diamonds. That'll take a little while. Diamonds, they don't come very frequently. Anyways, let's move on to the next thing. Changed how profile statistics are displayed. Okay, so if you take a look at the profile stats, you can see that diamonds aren't here anymore, which to be fair was kind of a useless stat because it's just a currency. Like it doesn't show you how many orbs you have anyways. So diamonds were never that important. And because diamonds are gone now, it actually shows the full amount of how many of each stat you have, which is nice because before it didn't show you the exact stat. It would say like 20k stars. So it wasn't very representative of what you had, especially when you got up in stats. So now it looks way nicer. This set of stats, that's a nice change. The next change that happened absolutely blew my mind when I saw this because I thought this was a thing that was just never going to be implemented. And I am so happy it's here because it makes my life so much easier without having to use something like Mega Hack. This is the one that I used in so many of my videos that I'm going to be using from now on. Added option to see hitboxes in practice mode. Wow, I did not see this coming in official form in any way. However, I have been saying this for years that you should be able to see hitboxes in practice mode. I've been saying it for such a long time. This shouldn't be something that needs Mega Hack, and it's here. It's here now, and that's awesome. If you go into a level like Club Step, you can now go into practice mode, and in practice mode, if you click the options button, there's now a box down here that says show hitboxes. Now you basically get what Mega Hack was doing for us for years, which is awesome. So if you go into a ship section here, you notice that the hitboxes of the spikes, they're just like these little rectangles that are in the middle of a spike. It's not the full spike. And if you saw what I just did there, let's go through that in slow motion. You can see that the bottom of my ship clipped through the spike. So the bottom of my ship clipped through that spike. What that means is you can actually go into the spikes a little bit. When you touch a spike, you don't necessarily die because the hitboxes of the spikes are different. Now, one thing I have noticed though, is that it doesn't show you the hitbox of your cube or your ship, which I think would be a nice addition in a further hotfix, because even though having these hitboxes is nice, it would be nice to have the option of seeing what the hitboxes of your ship actually looks like, because the hitbox of my ship is not the same as visually what it looks like. Like, I've been going through that spike. My ship has been going through the top of that spike many times, and I haven't died because the hitbox of the ship isn't the whole ship. It's like a little box that's kind of on the top end of it. Like, you die from the top when you get closer there visually than to the bottom. So it would be nice for a hotfix later if there was the option, which could be a separate option, to switch it so you can see the hitbox of your game mode as well. So you know exactly, like, if you're going through a really tight space in an extreme demon, you'll be able to see exactly pixel perfectly how you can fit through this certain section. So I love the addition of hitboxes because what it's going to do for people is it's going to teach people who are new to the game how the game actually works. Because when I first played this game, I thought touch a spike and die, but it's not necessarily true, especially for items like this. Like, when you scale these up really, really big, and then we go into practice mode, you can see that those hitboxes are all, I mean, for each of those items, they're the same size, but they're all very different. Like, the first scythe blades, you can actually clip into that a bit, and then the next saw blade, not so much. But then the spinning star after is, you can actually touch those without dying, the blades that are spinning, especially when they're scaled up like that. So the nice thing about hitboxes is showing hitboxes in practice mode is really going to allow new players to see how the game functions. Now, a lot of us know you can clip into things because we've been around for the game for a long time, but new players who might join in 2.2 be like, oh, I get it. Some objects, they don't kill you when you hit them, and they can use hitboxes and they can experiment with it, and they can see like how the game actually functions. So having this added into the game, it's a whole lot more important than I think people are making it out to be. This is huge. This is gonna change how people can experience the game without having to use tools outside of the game. Like, this is, I think it's such a nice addition. And now look at this! Added practice mode to platformer. Yes! Yes! We needed that so much, but let's see how it actually works. So let's just go to one of the newer platformer levels called the Hot Ruins. So here's a checkpoint right here. So I get this checkpoint. Now, if I go into practice mode, okay, so I go into practice mode from here. Now, can I actually just cancel practice mode? And does it take me back to the beginning of the level, or does it take me to the last checkpoint? It takes you to the beginning of the level. First off, just having practice mode in platformer levels is incredible. If I'm doing an extreme demon platformer level and I get to like section number 3 or something like that, you know, and I'm like, damn, I really wish I could practice just this individual section. It'd be really nice to be able to grab a checkpoint in normal mode and then be like, okay, I want to go into practice mode and practice from this checkpoint, and then get out of practice mode, but then in normal mode respawn at that same checkpoint. You know what I'm saying? So that, like, if you're in the middle of playing I Want to Be the Guy, you could be on the final checkpoint and be like, oh, this is so hard, I just want to practice this section once. You could practice that final section and then go back to that previous checkpoint in normal mode instead of having to start the whole level over again. I think that'd be nice. I'm just talking about my wants for something in the future. Yeah, it would be nice to be able to do that. All right, so these next 3, I'm going to kind of just lump together. So platformer mode default sliding was changed. It was extremely slidey before, and I think what's been going on now is it's changed so that when you jump, you don't slide as far. You stop sliding faster. Like, if your base movement is lower, then you don't slide as far as if you're going at full speed. So the sliding has been tweaked a little bit, so that's a little bit nicer because it was super slidey. When I was playing I Want to Be the Guy, a lot of times I jump up on a platform right beside a spike, and then like over the course of the next half a second or second, I go, and I just continue sliding like the tiniest little bit, but it would slide me into a spike. And it felt like it was just so hard to be precise, right? It's been tuned a little bit. There's been more platformer sliding options so that you can custom tune it to how you want it. I don't think it's broken the old levels because now like the default sliding's been changed. The sliding on the old levels has like retained the same sliding that it had. So it's not going to break old levels, and it's just going to be the new default, which is necessary because most levels are going to be made with that default. So platformer levels should feel nicer now. The last thing I want to say is this update is kind of old news to a lot of you guys. You know, it's been out for a few days, but the reason why I really wanted to talk about this is because this update is a huge step in Geometry Dash's future. And what I mean by that is there were some very useful things that were added in this update. The hitboxes, the shop prices changing, the sliding. These are big things because we didn't have an update for 7 years, keep in mind, like nothing. You know, We had nothing. But now 2.2 has only been out for 3 weeks, and we've already had like this mini update that has added a ton of cool stuff. And I think going forward, we are going to be having a bunch more of these small updates with a ton of quality of life changes, which is why I say this update, this mini 2.201, is a huge step forward for the game, because from now on, RobTop's going to be doing a bunch of mini updates and adding quality of life features. There's going to be a lot more attention to what the community needs and what RobTop can do to make our lives easier. I feel like this is very positive for keeping the community happy, keeping the community alive. And just going forward, I'm just really excited for the future of Geometry Dash. So I took about a week off from any kind of content creation. I'm gonna be back. It's late covering this, whatever. I'll see you guys soon. I'll probably be doing another video tomorrow. Hope you guys enjoyed this. Leave a thumbs up, helps me out a lot. And as always, guys, peace.